say your first and last name and how to spell it?
Sure. So my name is Ryan Fox, RyanFox.
Perfect. And how would you, I guess, how should we refer to you? Like magician? Is that kind of how you?
Yeah, the Eurasian Blind Magician. So, I mean, you know,
Oh, anyways, perfect. Okay, so that's it. Awesome. And then I guess could you tell me, you know, act look like? You know, how, I mean, I've personally never seen like a magic act before, but can you tell me like, how is your act different from like a typical magician's act?
what makes my show different than most magicians is the fact that I've spent the last 27 years learning how to perform magic feeling. So I'm actually not looking at what I'm doing in the trick because I feel exactly what I'm doing. And I use a lot of audience participation and also what I like to call visualization. So basically, you know, everyone in the audience is my victim. But I definitely use a lot of humor in my act with my disability. You know, I'll just be like, hey, pick a card, any card, okay, make sure you look at the card, don't look at the card, not that much trick kind of thing. I use a lot of visual jokes in the act. And it's also just to rep the act and just let the people know that I'm totally fine with it and making stuff all the time.
Yeah, and could you talk a little bit, I know we talked before, like your story of what happened when you guys were 8 or 9, and then how magic kind of helped you on your journey of
Sure.
Yeah.
So when I was about 9 years old, I was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor that was called a medulloblastic. And the tumor itself was about the size of a grapefruit that was also putting pressure on my brainstem. It was actually positioned right on my brain then, and actually it was causing fluid to build up in my head. And the fluid buildup actually put pressure on the optic nerve of my eye. So by the time they removed the tumor, you know, it was already affected with my vision, my chemotherapy, radiation, and struggling with other things put into my body. But it's, you know, honestly, I had to relearn a lot of my motor skills because the tumor put pressure on different parts of that brain. And my mom actually got me a magic kit. We just didn't know that 27 years later I'd be doing that professionally.
And so is that tumor, did that cause you to become visually impaired?
It was a tumor itself, because of the size of it, it was putting pressure on the brain as well as the optic nerve, which is basically the essential thing we need for your eyes to work. And if you look at my optic nerves through an MRI scan, you can actually see that I don't have any blood flow, so technically I shouldn't have any vision right now, but my eyes have decided to use cones and rods right at the very bottom of the iris. So probably, as you were talking to me earlier, you would have to see that I was looking above you, but to me I'm actually
And so, you know, we talked about how blindness, visual impairment is a spectrum. Where do you kind of fall on that spectrum?
I fall on the spectrum as, I guess you could say that I'm legally blind. I still have some vision, enough to get me in trouble and enough to keep me out of trouble. But there are still limitations to my vision. So I actually walk around with a blind cane. I also have a guide dog. And, you know, I try to get around as much as I can. I try to be as independent as I can. You know, just to hopefully be a inspiration to other people who are blind and impaired, that whether you lose your vision at a young age or an older age, it doesn't mean that it's over, it's just begun. You just need to work harder in order to achieve the goals that you want to set.
And what was it like for you when you were, you know, a kid and this happened? And I guess what part of the magic and like getting that magic kit and, you know, practicing beauty tricks, how did that, I guess, impact you?
When I actually got the magic kit, I mean, obviously I was 9 years old and I was charitable. But what actually gave me was the magic. Sorry,
Yeah, you're good.
So with the whole magic thing, what actually got me that spark in order for me to actually continue to pursue magic. He was a magic kid that I got when I was 9 years old. Keep in mind, I'm 9 years old, so I'm terrible at that point. But there was a moment where I got the trip down pretty well, and I was in a hospital. I was having a blood transfusion, and they had the Red Sox coming to the hospital, not just to be with the kids, but also for publicity. And I had Jose Canseco come to my bed. And I had just moved to the United States from England, because originally I'm from England. And basically, Jose Canseco comes up to my bed and he's like, hey, do you know who I am? I said no. And I asked to see his ring. So with cameras on him, he couldn't say no. So he takes off his $5,000 MLB championship ring, gives it to this sick 9-year-old kid, and I just wrap it up in a soap, put it in the box, give him the box, and he opened it up and the ring was gone. And according to my mom, his face was priceless. And to know that I actually did the trick right, and to know, just to hear him fucking out, just the joy of being able to do something right, that actually got me that magic. But over the years, it kind of fell on and off again. But it was around high school where I actually started doing the talent shows and everything, where it really hit me that this is something that I can actually do professionally. And I've actually started doing my job professionally back in 2005, as well as over the years learning that it's such a visual art. It's not exactly something that blind people can enjoy. So I've actually taught myself and trained myself to teach magic that's more tactile for people who are blind and visually impaired, so they can feel what I'm doing, but still have the end result of what just happened.
That's so interesting. And so, how, obviously we'll see it in the show, but how does that look like? Could you give an example of a trick that you do that someone who's blind would be able to enjoy?
Yes, I actually do have a trick where I have like a sponge ball, and I will actually have that sponge ball go into my hand, and I have their hand on top of mine, so they can feel the ball. They can feel the ball is going into my hand, and then I have another ball that I will have them hold, so they can feel the one ball going in their hand. But when I snap my fingers, the hand that's on top of my hand, I open up and they can feel it's empty, and when they open their hand, they can feel there's more than one ball in their hand. And it still has that realization because they can feel what's happening in their brain. They're just like,
yeah.
Okay, I was feeling this the whole entire time. What just happened?
So cool. I guess, working with the kids as well, what has that been like for you? And I know you said you try to kind of be an inspiration and help show people, what all the possibilities are of someone who's vision impaired. But what has it been like for you to work with kids?
Honestly, for me to actually go to the LGBT Lighthouse and interact with all the kids that are blind and visually impaired was really awesome. They are all really amazing. They're a bunch of sweethearts, and just to be there and for them to just recognize that yes, I am blind, but I've actually made something of myself. I've actually had a bunch of them saying, like, I really, this is what I want to do when I grow up, and because of you, I now want to push myself to work to do that. As well as them just enjoying magic, around, and just being kids. Despite, them being blind and walking around with blindness and everything, these are the kind of kids that live life to the fullest, and I could actually see myself at that age. So it really brought me back, and I try to do everything I could so I can help them, entertain them, and just talk to them, express to people, which is one thing that you have to understand, that they don't want to be talked to as a disabled person, they want to be talked to just like anybody else.
Why do you think it's important that, kids have role models who have, a similar disability as them and can look up to them and see what they're doing, what they're accomplishing?
Well, in an organization like the LBB Lighthouse, I feel that it's very important for them to actually get the social skills that they need. part of filming that, I absolutely.
No worries.
You can say the question.
Yeah, I guess why is it important for kids? You know, just like you kind of see yourself in those kids as being a kid. Why do you think it's important for young kids to have a role model to look up to?
Yeah. I think it's very important for them to, again, know that just because they're disabled in some way, that it's not over. You just need to work hard at life, you need to work at what you're trying to. Eventually you will succeed. And for me to be there, kind of really represented to them that you can do whatever you put your mind to. And organizations like the OBB Lighthouse really helps them with in learning skills as well as socializing with people. And that is a crucial importance in life for anyone with a disability to have. And just for them to see me also has really opened their eyes to, hey, I want to be a lawyer, so I'm going to become a lawyer.
Is there anything else that you wanted to say that I didn't ask about?
Just because you're disabled and people tell you that you can't do anything, don't listen to them. You can do whatever you put your mind to. It is not over. Life is just starting. And you just need to keep moving forward.
Very well said. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna.
If I can do,
And then yeah.
well,
Almost not the case though.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Let me.
Can I get a little bit closer to the camera?
Yeah, sure. I think, or I guess I might need to.
Yeah, because you wanted the trick. So I have the
Yeah.
trick here. But there is one thing I would like to do for the camera.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
I love to do it for everybody else, but for it to be on camera, that'd be really awesome.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Am I here?
Yes, you're good. Okay.
Well, hey guys, my name is Ryan Fox, the Amazing Blind Magician, and I just wanted to say,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
you can understand why that has to be on camera.
Oh my god. I need to watch that clip back. That's so far. Oh my god.
So the actual trick I actually have, it's just going to take about like 2 minutes.
Okay.
But it's a real trick.
Gotcha.
Would you prefer that if the camera be facing that way, or do you want to move back so that I'm staying in front of the kid?
I think standing, or I guess is it trick mostly just gonna be showing with your hands or?
It kind of like you need to be
Or
further
should I
back.
see like your whole body?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll just.
The length of the rope, the longest rope.
Okay, so then I'll take a step back and I'll.
I wish I'd have known that the first time I was filming in the back, so I was like, going away.
Yeah, it's like I wanna make sure I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's why I say, because I definitely want you to
Yeah.
get the best shot that you can.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe oops, I'll back up.
You guys broadcast in 4K or HD?
Honestly, I don't know.
She films, everybody else does all the work.
Yeah, I'm like I don't really know all the nitty gritty like.
I mean, I'm trying to film more in 4K, and the editing software I have for my camera just got 4K. Basically, I do all the filming, it's just that when I actually upload it to my camera roll, to my phone, you can actually upload it into whatever format you want.
Okay.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Very excited about trying.
Is there any way, maybe could you back up a little bit, maybe stand on like the side of the table, so you can get a little farther back?
I can stand on this side.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So if it's alright, I'm gonna do this with no sound, is that alright?
Okay.
And the very last thing, I think you should have, or 10 seconds, have start doing front camera.
Oh,
So what?
Can you show the bottom real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Right close to the camera. So on the back of this card, it's like, hey, we have a party at 3:30 today for this event. I know that it's going to be afterwards, like, you'll
Oh,
see.
do you have a letter?
Yeah. Oh no. Hold on. I gave it earlier.
Yeah, I will need to steal the card.
I do not have a lighter. This is no way this. We have no lighter. Yo! Is anybody in the
One
house?
of the joys when you set up for a show and then when you're put on the spot, you're just like,
Is it of her,
Brown box. You want to get a close up of this stuff.
yeah, okay.
I'm not trying to be too direct here. Take it over.
Oh, okay. Perfect. You have a card?
Yeah, hold on a second. Boom. Oops. You alright? What was that? Was that you?
Huh?
Two blind guys standing there, each other.
Yeah, what?
Alright, brothers.
Who is this? Who are you?
Hold on a second. I want to get this on the live stream.
Okay, so you're just gonna zoom in on my hand?
okay. You guys can.
Just let me know when you're ready.
I am ready whenever you are.
Okay, with my phone.
Hold that up, the camera. Blind Magician, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing Blind Magician, Ryan Fox. Streaming live. Ryan, you just streamed live being on the news. How does it feel?
Seriously, I mean, I've been on the news before, but I mean, I love doing this kind of stuff. I mean, you know, it's exposure, you know. People need to know that people with disabilities can do whatever they put their mind to. And this is just a way for Tallahassee to know that, hey, there's a weird blind guy that does magic. Run for your lives.
Today, 3:30, Cal City Video Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, Tallahassee, Florida, Railroad Square. Amazing Blind Magician.
So he's also filming a documentary.
Right, so.
And then just turn the volume back up and then hit play.
Okay, awesome.
These three,
And they're all in order already, so I can just.
They're all in order.
Okay.
So this is the first actual song that we'll have to play for the magic.
Soul Switch,
So
gotcha.
it's all set. So everything is in order. That's the first one for the magic.
You want to put it all the way through, okay, it tells me when to
Yes.
phase out.
It's either the song will actually end, or if I've already taken it down at that point, then it's
Phase it out.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I tried to make it as respectful.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Cool, okay. Seems easy enough for me too.
All right.
Alright. And where is you going to be playing from?
I have a
Not the speaker.
No. I mean, I use a speaker.
Okay.
That's too big to ship over here.
Yeah, so I could probably just,
If you want to steal one of the mics that's going to be broadcasted out here.
yeah, so I could do
A couple ways, potentially to figure out how to hook it up to this, although
Yeah.
we're going to have the video up